Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this Survivor Series War Games 2025 predictions video. We've got so much to talk about. There is so much for us to go through, and that's a little bit of a surprise because there's only been 4 matches that have been announced so far. Past few years we have had 5 matches, so there's every chance another match gets added over the next 7 days. Don't know what that would be. I'm thinking like a Damian Priest versus Aleister Black type situation. Obviously, a lot of the big names are already involved in the War Games matches, including a lot of the champions, actually. So not sure what that extra match would be if we even get one. They might just run with 4 matches this year. But we're going to focus on what has been announced. Before we get to that, we're just going to have a look at this. This is the layout for Survivor Series. You can see it's currently set up for 35,500 people. They've so far sold tickets for 32,700, 800. So we've got just under 3,000 tickets to sell. This will be sold out, and it's going to be a much bigger event than what Survivor Series has been in recent years. Normally it's in an arena. Now it's going to be in a stadium. It's in Petco Park, San Diego. We can even have a little look because there is an image doing the rounds. There you can see, look at the size of this stadium. And already you can see things being constructed, construction underway. So Murat, appreciate sharing the image there. But we're going to jump over and go into the match card. That's what you want. You want us to kind of go through the matches. And there's a couple of singles matches for championships first. And then, of course, we've got the 2 War Games matches. So this one is going to be for the Women's World Championship. Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer takes on Nikki Bella. Now, I can tell you that we did reach out to the community to see what the community thought. Steve M thinks that Brie Bella might actually help Nikki secure the victory. I can tell you that the odds, though, have got Stephanie at -2,500 favourite. I think she is the biggest favourite on this card. I personally think she's going to retain. I don't know what happens after, though. I mean, there is a chance that Nikki starts beating up on Stephanie. There is a chance that Brie gets involved. But I don't think they're going to switch the title because Stephanie hasn't long had this belt. I think this is a credible name, a legendary name that they're looking for Stephanie to kind of add to her resume, to kind of bring her some credibility as champion. Because she was in NXT, got called up, has not been on the main roster very long. I think she came up about May time. She's already a world champion. So it's not like she's got this big main roster resume. People are still kind of learning about her. And so I think this is a bit of a showcase, really. For the Intercontinental Championship, John Cena against Dominik Mysterio, the Intercontinental Championship on the line. I can tell you that Daniel thinks Liv Morgan might return to help Dominik regain that championship. Steve M thinks that Joe Hendry might help John either keep the title, or we could see Judgment Day El Grande getting involved. Joe Hendry could even up the numbers. I don't think we're going to get that. I do think there is a chance that El Grande helps Dominik. The reason why I say that is because I'm fairly confident Dominik gets the belt back. I think the only reason that we put the belt on John is because it was a championship that he hadn't won. So I think that's the only reason that we gave him this little run with the belt. I don't think John needs to go into his last match as champion. I think it's an unnecessary distraction. I don't want to waste a single second talking about the Intercontinental Championship when we're talking about John Cena's final match. I can tell you that the odds have got Dominik as favourite at -300, so it's very, very close, but Dominik is favourite. Wrestle with Andy was just wondering, could we get The Rock at any point during this event? Because I don't think The Rock's going to make his presence felt at Saturday night's main event. I don't think he's going to want to overshadow John Cena and take anything away from John Cena's moment. So this might be the final chance for The Rock to kind of come out and salute or, you know, kind of show his respects to John Cena. I do wonder if The Rock might provide like a video message or something for John's final event. Obviously, we heard that Triple H wanted to do a 2-hour tribute kind of show to John, as well as the match for Saturday night's main event. But John turned around and said no, he would much rather do main roster versus NXT and do some showcase matches leading up to his last match. And so they're going to do that instead. So, I don't know. I feel like we're going to hear from The Rock at some point before John walks away in December. Is it going to be here? Is it going to be on Saturday night's main event? We've only got 2 more John Cena appearances, including this. Like, it's crazy. But I don't think John needs the IC belt anymore. I think it did what it was meant to do. I think Dominik Mysterio will get that championship back. So, could be thanks to some outside interference. Right, then we've got our War Games matches. Triple H said a storied veteran and a breakout star debut in their first War Games. That's our storied veteran. That's our breakout star, right? 2 teams composed of multiple-time world champs, 10 of WWE's biggest stars, all in one match. The teams are set and ready for only one thing, war. So, these are the teams. We've got Io, Rhea, AJ Lee, Charlotte, and Alexa taking on Lash legend, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Now, lots of thoughts on this one from our community. Hello Ross thinks AJ Lee is going to enter the match last for the babyface team. I agree with that. I think she's had some injury issues. Obviously, she's been away for a long time. There might be a little bit of ring rust. She's the biggest star, in my opinion, on this team. Although maybe Rhea would have something to say about that. Maybe Charlotte would have something to say about that. But I think she's the biggest on that team. I mean, they've got her front and center on the poster. And yeah, makes sense to kind of drop her in last. So I do agree with that. Eli Baker thinks Charlotte is going to abandon the team. Actually, a lot of thoughts about Charlotte on this one. Charlotte is obviously quite interesting because a lot of the build has been about how Charlotte didn't feel that she could work with Rhea because they had a big rivalry in the past. They are on the same page, but it's not very comfortable, right? This thing could easily break down. So Louise thinks that Charlotte might even turn on her team, might even like start attacking her own teammates, probably Rhea, but a lot of people are wondering when these two are going to kind of turn on each other. Kind of feels like these two are good friends, but it's leading to a feud. I would not be shocked if the plan is Charlotte versus Alexa for WrestleMania. Like, that would make a lot of sense to me. Masked Mima thinks that Charlotte is going to cause Rhea to be pinned, either but on purpose or by accident, but it's going to result in Rhea being pinned, and it's going to be like a big fallout, a big drama. But actually, Sean thinks that Kairi might actually get Asuka accidentally pinned. And there's loads of thoughts on this one. I think the match is going to start with Lash. You know, she's kind of the newest, so she's got the least kind of star power. On this side, it's nothing but stars. So I'm probably going to go Io. I think either Io or Alexa. I think it'll be one of those two. I think there's just so much drama with Charlotte and Rhea that you'd probably want to keep them in that cage. And I think AJ does enter last. So I think it's one of these two that's going to start for the babyface team. And I think Lash will start for the heel team. I can tell you that the face team are favorites, but only minus 225. They're not big favorites. I am going to lean the face team. I'm not very comfortable with it. I really think it could be the heel team. The only thing is, I'm very confident the heels win for the men. So are they going to have the heels win for both the men and the women? That's kind of why I'm thinking maybe I should go face team on this one. I would really like it if there was something that would just tease where we're going next year. The reason why I say that is because this was a massive moment last year. You might remember this moment, right? So this was Roman and Punk in the cage. The door opened. Roman put his arm across and stopped CM Punk from leaving the cage. This was a big, big moment. This did massive views, this moment alone on social media, because it teased Roman, Punk, and something happening in 2025. Now, actually, we would get that. Roman, Punk would get in each other's way at the Rumble. Roman, Punk would share a ring at WrestleMania. I think Survivor Series can just give you a glimpse as to where we're going for WrestleMania. Doesn't need to completely spell everything out for you, but it can just give you a little glimpse. And the reason why I say that is because Brady thinks that Alexa might snap and just react to like a Wyatt 6 logo or something like this. We've all been waiting for Alexa to join up with the Wyatt 6. It seems inevitable. And actually, what if Charlotte kind of costs Alexa? What if Charlotte Rhea fighting somehow results in Alexa being pinned? Maybe they accidentally knock her down as a result of that. You know, she gets put away, 1, 2, 3. The team lose. Alexa's obviously livid about it. She kind of like stares over at them. There's a bit of a Wyatt 6 graphic, something like that. Just teasing where that Alexa character could be going in 2026. I thought that was an interesting thought. It brought me back to some of the teases that we had last year. And that brings us nicely, of course, to the men's match. So Triple H said the teams have been set. The biggest War Games match in WWE history is official. Survivor Series War Games is going to be live from Petco Park on the 29th. Of course, we'll be doing the live watch along for that. If you're around, come and join us. We'll be live hours before this show starts. Let's have a look at the teams. So we got Jimmy Uso, CM Punk, Cody, Roman Reigns, and Jey Uso. Little bit of a shame maybe that it's not Cena, Punk, Cody, Roman, Jey. I mean, that would be an amazing team. But this is still fantastically strong, of course. You know, arguably the greatest tag team in WWE history, along with CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes. I still think that's in contention to be one of the strongest Survivor Series teams we have ever seen. But they've got to go up against this team, which is Drew, Bronson, Brock, Bron, and Logan Paul, right? Lots of thoughts on this. Jason Retro Wrestle thinks Logan Paul is going to try a high-flying move and he's going to botch it. I'm not sure about the botching part, but I do think Logan tries something big, jumps off the top, films it whilst he's doing it kind of a situation. Could totally see that. Jason also thinks that Bron is going to give Brock a dirty look at some point. Maybe they get in each other's way and Paul Heyman is going to notice it and he's going to start panicking a little bit. Just a little tease for something that could happen down the road. Obviously, they're both heels. I think they'll both be heels next year. They could get in each other's way at the Rumble or something, but I thought that was a real interesting shout. Todd Fletcher thinks that LA Knight could end up helping the Vision secure the victory, and I really think the heels are winning this. I can tell you the odds are even closer on this than the women's match. They've got the heel team winning by -180, so the heel team are the favourites, but only just. Plenty of other thoughts from people in our community as to who could help the Vision secure victory. There seems to be a bit of a consensus that some outside interference could play a part. So TJF thinks Jimmy Uso might actually turn and join the Vision, which is kind of interesting because we did see Jimmy and Jay arguing not that long ago. Trey Gaiman thinks Austin Theory is going to get involved and join up with the Vision, and that's really interesting because original reports said that Austin Theory was going to be in this match, so him getting involved is not that crazy of a shout. Angelo thinks it's Jey Uso that's going to turn and align with the Vision. So lots of thoughts from our community about different people that could turn or arrive and help the Vision secure the victory here. And as I said, I'm leaning to the heels. I think the Vision need this dub more than this kind of thrown together group. You know, this is a group that literally have just come together for this match. I think the Vision really do need to get this dub. So I'm going with them, the heel team, to get the victory. I think I agree with Taker1990, who thinks Drew pins Cody. Drew pins Cody. That means that he then can brag and request about getting another shot for the championship. and that would make a lot of sense to me. In regards to who starts us off, it's probably going to be Jimmy. Again, I'm thinking all of these have got a lot of star power. Jimmy's got the least amount of star power, so he could start off the match. And then on the other side, I'm thinking Logan or maybe Bronson. I think you're definitely going to want Drew, Brock, Bron being locked in that cage together. So I don't think you start with any of those. So yes, lots of thoughts. I think this is going to be a really fun show. I hope there are things that are teased for next year. Obviously, it's not going to be the big final show of the year, though. Saturday night's main event on December 13th, that's where we say farewell to John Cena. I don't think there needs to be much here that sets that up, because we kind of already know how we're getting to that. The winner of the last time is now tournament will face John. We believe that to be Gunther. And then the undercard is going to just be showcase matches. Main roster taking on NXT. We don't really need to set anything up for that with this show. So I don't think this is going to play into that. So yeah, I'm just expecting this to just be a really entertaining, fun show that I don't think is going to have too many repercussions going forwards. I suppose the big thing's going to be what's Charlotte going to do, and what's the drama going to be there, and what's going to happen with the Vision. Is someone going to help them? Is Theory going to come along as a masked person and give them a helping hand? Is someone on this team going to turn? Will we get a little message or something from The Rock for John? I'm not sure we do. I'm not expecting that, but something to keep an eye out for. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the show. If you are around next weekend, swing by, share your thoughts. Should be a lot of fun. Really appreciate you joining us, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.